Have you ever opened up about something deeply personal, only to regret it later? As we grow older, we realize that keeping certain things to ourselves isn't about secrecy, but about protecting our peace and dignity. In today's video, we'll explore 5 key aspects of life where choosing silence can positively impact our well-being, strengthen family ties, and improve mental health. This isn't about hiding who we are, but about cultivating mutual respect and harmony with those closest to us. Stay with me as we uncover these insights. They might just change how you approach your relationships. And if you find value in this message, don't forget to like and subscribe to Candle of Wisdom. By supporting us, you're helping spread life-changing lessons to others. Let's dive into the secrets worth keeping from family for your own well-being. As we go through life, we often want to share our journey, our triumphs, struggles, and the lessons we've learned. But when it comes to past mistakes, silence can sometimes speak louder than words. This isn't about hiding the truth, but about maintaining peace. Take the story of Mr. Lawrence, a retired craftsman who once shared a painful financial failure with his granddaughter. Years ago, he trusted the wrong partner, leading to significant losses that took years to recover from. Hoping his story would teach her about trust, he was surprised when her reaction included concern and even a hint of pity. Though unintentional, her response left him feeling vulnerable and wishing he'd kept it private. He realized that not every mistake needs to become a teaching moment. Families often see us as role models, and sharing certain regrets can shift how they view us. Instead of taking the intended lesson, they may see us differently, sometimes with pity or judgment, altering the relationship. By keeping those painful experiences to ourselves, they serve as quiet reminders of resilience, shaping how we guide and support our family. Our loved ones don't always need the full story to benefit from our wisdom. Sometimes, silence can be the most powerful way to pass on strength and understanding. Sometimes, a simple statement like, "I learned the value of trust the hard way," is enough. This allows you to share wisdom without revealing every painful detail. There's a liberating power in this kind of discretion. By deciding which parts of our past to keep private, we protect ourselves from the misunderstandings or hurt feelings that can come with oversharing. This approach lets us focus on who we've become, rather than being defined by past mistakes. Our family sees us as resilient individuals who continue to grow and adapt, instead of being weighed down by regrets. Choosing silence doesn't mean ignoring or denying our past errors. It shows we've internalized their lessons so well that we don't need external validation. By doing this, we safeguard our dignity and self-respect while avoiding the risk of being judged or pitied. We can still guide our family, not through the details of our failures, but through the strength we've gained. When we carry these experiences privately, they gain a different kind of value. They serve as quiet reminders of the lives we've lived and the lessons learned, subtly influencing how we offer advice and support. Without sharing every detail, we can still emphasize the importance of patience, resilience, and caution. This selective sharing helps us craft a legacy of wisdom and strength rather than one focused on mistakes. In today's oversharing culture, there's a rare grace in keeping some stories to ourselves. These experiences become personal reflections that fortify us without altering how others see us. This gives us a sense of peace and wisdom that our family can feel and admire, allowing us to lead with quiet confidence. Remember, not every story needs to be told. By choosing what to reveal and what to hold within, we preserve our inner peace and the respect of those around us. This quiet strength becomes its own message, showing our family how to live with patience, resilience, and grace. Now, let's talk about another area: minor health issues. As we age, it's normal to become more aware of our health, from small aches to restless nights. However, constantly sharing every minor discomfort with our family can create unnecessary worry. It's not that they don't care, quite the opposite. Take Mrs. Eleanor, a retired teacher in her 70s, for example. By keeping some small health concerns to herself, she maintains a calm and positive environment for her loved ones. Every day, Mrs. Eleanor felt the small aches and pains that come with aging. One morning, she mentioned her sore knees to her daughter, who immediately researched solutions online, sharing remedies for arthritis, knee braces, and specialized diets. While Eleanor appreciated the concern, she couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the response. Her daughter's well-meaning reaction unintentionally made her feel more fragile than she wanted to admit. Over time, Eleanor noticed that mentioning her minor health concerns often led to excessive worry from her family, who began treating her with a level of caution that felt unnecessary. She decided it was time to make a change. Instead of talking about her daily discomforts, Eleanor chose to highlight the positives. She spoke about enjoying her daily walks or how good she felt on a particularly nice day. Gradually, she saw a shift in how her family responded. They stopped viewing her as someone burdened by health issues and began appreciating her for the strong, capable person she truly was. This small adjustment gave Eleanor a renewed sense of independence and peace. Her family, too, felt more relaxed, able to enjoy her presence without the constant shadow of concern. There's wisdom in only sharing what truly matters. Minor aches, a passing cold, or a sleepless night don't always need to be discussed. These experiences are a natural part of life, and most of the time we can handle them ourselves without creating unnecessary worry for loved ones. By focusing conversations on positive experiences, we create a lighter, happier atmosphere. This doesn't mean ignoring health concerns. It means choosing the right time and way to share them. When we do this, we present ourselves not as patients, but as resilient individuals who value strength and optimism. In today's world, it's easy to fixate on health, especially with endless information at our fingertips. But giving too much attention to every ache and pain can trap us in a cycle of worry and negativity. Keeping these minor issues private allows us to focus on life's joys, reminding ourselves and our family that we're much more than our health. When spending time with loved ones, shift the focus to what's going well. Share stories about the things that bring you happiness. A beautiful book, a pleasant walk, or an exciting project you're planning. This encourages your family to see you as someone engaged with life, strong, and full of positivity. Eleanor learned that embracing a positive outlook doesn't deny the challenges of aging. It simply reframes them. This perspective allows both you and your family to enjoy your time together without unnecessary worry. And when more serious health issues do come up, your family will recognize their importance because you've shown them your resilience. So next time you feel a small ache or discomfort, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself if sharing this will truly help you or your family. More often than not, keeping these details private can be a gift. Your loved ones will see the best in you, a person who faces life's challenges with grace and strength. This is the example they will hold dear and remember most. In the end, choosing what to share about your health becomes an act of love and wisdom. By focusing on what uplifts and strengthens, you leave behind a legacy of resilience and optimism, one that speaks far louder than words ever could. Let your family see and cherish the person you are today, someone fully present, engaged in life, and meeting each day with quiet courage. Secret 3. Unfulfilled dreams or wishes. As we age, we all carry with us dreams that remained unrealized. Perhaps it was traveling to a faraway place, pursuing a different career, or creating something significant. These dreams, while precious, can sometimes create an emotional distance when shared openly with loved ones who may not fully understand their meaning. Consider Mr. James, a retired mechanic who had always dreamed of becoming a musician. In his youth, he saved to buy a guitar and spent countless hours teaching himself to play. But as life unfolded, he took a different path, marrying, raising a family, and building a stable career. Now in his 70s, Mr. James often reflected on his love for music. One day, he decided to share this unfulfilled dream with his grandson, hoping to pass on his passion. While his grandson was supportive, he seemed unsure of how to respond. He had always seen Mr. James as a fulfilled and content man, and hearing about this unachieved dream made him feel a mix of guilt and pity, not realizing it was simply part of his grandfather's journey, not a regret. After noticing his grandson's reaction, Mr. James realized that some dreams are best kept within. He understood that his life wasn't defined by what he hadn't done, but by everything he had achieved instead: the family he built, the friends he made, and the joy he found in life. Rather than dwelling on what he hadn't accomplished, he began sharing stories of what he had created: meaningful memories, deep relationships, and moments of laughter that his family deeply valued. Keeping some dreams private allows us to hold them as quiet reminders of who we are, without drawing attention to what could have been. Younger family members, in particular, might not fully grasp the significance of these dreams. They may feel burdened or sad, wondering if they somehow contributed to those unfulfilled wishes. By keeping these dreams to ourselves, we protect not only our peace but theirs as well. This doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing those aspirations. They remain an essential part of us, quietly inspiring us to live fully in the present. By holding these dreams within, we shift our focus to sharing the lessons we've learned along the way, rather than lamenting the paths we didn't take. When family sees us living in the present with gratitude and acceptance, it deepens their respect for us. Instead of dwelling on unfulfilled aspirations, reflect on the values and experiences that shaped who you are. Share stories that highlight the strength and insight you've gained. For instance, Mr. James now tells his grandson about the patience and dedication he cultivated as a mechanic, traits he never imagined would serve him so well when he first picked up that guitar. Through these stories, his family sees his passion, even if it wasn't pursued in the way he originally envisioned. Dreams left unspoken can add a quiet beauty to life. They remind us that while we may not achieve everything we imagined, we've still found meaning in other ways. By choosing to keep certain dreams private, we spare our family any unintended sadness and allow them to focus on the legacy of strength, love, and wisdom we've created. When we hold on to these dreams, they become personal symbols of resilience, reminders of the sacrifices we made and the journey we took for what truly mattered. Through our quiet strength, our family gains inspiration and finds a model for navigating their own paths and decisions in life. The next time you reflect on those unfulfilled dreams, hold them close and let them remind you of everything you've achieved and all the love you've given. In doing so, you'll encourage your family to embrace their own journeys with gratitude, knowing that life's greatest gifts are often found in the memories we create and the love we share. Secret 4. Disappointments or dissatisfaction with family. As we grow older, it's natural to have hopes or expectations for our loved ones. Watching them grow, we might wish they'd make choices that reflect our values or align with the dreams we had for them. However, openly expressing dissatisfaction with their decisions can sometimes harm relationships more than it helps. Choosing to keep these feelings to ourselves can protect family harmony and, in time, strengthen connections. Consider Mrs. Amelia, a retired librarian. She was immensely proud of her children, but she often felt a twinge of disappointment that her daughter didn't follow her example by pursuing a stable, secure career. Her daughter had decided to start a small business, something she was passionate about despite the financial risks involved. Mrs. Amelia often worried, picturing a life where her daughter faced challenges rather than success. One day, she chose to voice her concerns, gently suggesting that a more dependable job might be wiser. While her words were rooted in love, her daughter interpreted them as a lack of support and felt that her mother didn't believe in her dream. Realizing her mistake, Mrs. Amelia reassessed the situation and decided to approach it differently. She chose to support her daughter without passing judgment, focusing on being a source of encouragement rather than criticism. Over time, she noticed their conversations grew more honest, and her daughter felt more at ease sharing the highs and lows of her journey. By offering quiet support, Mrs. Amelia allowed their bond to strengthen, even when she didn't fully understand or agree with her daughter's choices. Silence, when used thoughtfully, can be more impactful than criticism, especially within families. While it's natural to have opinions about our loved ones' decisions, our words can sometimes carry unintended consequences. Expressing disappointment might make loved ones feel they've failed us, creating distance in the relationship. Instead, providing gentle, positive support gives them the confidence to make their own choices while feeling respected and loved. Choosing not to criticize doesn't mean we agree with everything. It means trusting them to navigate their own paths. By shifting focus to their individuality and growth, rather than our own expectations, we foster an environment where they can thrive. This quiet encouragement builds confidence and helps them feel valued, free from the pressure of meeting external standards. When feelings of disappointment arise, it's worth reflecting. Is this about them or about me? Often, our reactions stem more from our own fears or expectations than their actual needs. Recognizing this allows us to respond more thoughtfully, creating space for loved ones to embrace their unique journeys. For example, Mrs. Amelia realized her reaction to her daughter's decisions was rooted in her own beliefs about stability. Once she acknowledged this, she was able to separate her personal values from her daughter's dreams and offer meaningful support. Family dynamics can be fragile, and sometimes silence is the key to maintaining harmony. By letting go of minor frustrations and personal judgments, we create relationships built on respect and acceptance. When loved ones feel this support, they're more likely to include us in their lives, confident they won't be met with judgment. Ultimately, they may not remember everything we say, but they will remember how we made them feel. Choosing to offer support instead of criticism leaves a lasting impression of understanding and trust. It empowers loved ones to embrace their true selves, knowing they are accepted as they are. This quiet encouragement often strengthens bonds in ways that words alone cannot, leaving a legacy of love and respect for generations. The next time you feel conflicted about a loved one's choices, pause and take a step back. Keep your perspective to yourself and focus on supporting them instead. This gentle approach allows them to grow confidently while feeling your unwavering love and acceptance. By taking this approach, you safeguard the valuable connections that hold your family together, ensuring that it remains a place of trust, comfort, and steadfast support. Secret 5. Personal plans for assets. When it comes to planning for our assets and inheritance, it's natural to want to share every detail with family. We hope it will reassure them, showing that we've thoughtfully prepared for the future. However, sharing too much too early can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or unintended conflicts. Instead, keeping these plans private until the right moment can help preserve family harmony and shift the focus to relationships rather than material concerns. Take Mr. Roberts' story, for instance. A retired banker, he had worked diligently to build a modest estate with the goal of providing his family with security and comfort. Eager to include his sons in his plans, he once shared how he intended to divide his assets. Initially, his sons listened attentively, but before long, Mr. Robert noticed subtle shifts in their behavior. They began asking detailed questions about his investments and suggesting changes to how the estate could be allocated. What had started as a heartfelt conversation turned into a source of stress, as Mr. Robert found himself defending decisions he thought were private. Upon reflecting, Mr. Robert realized that discussing his plans too soon had unintentionally caused tension. He decided to change his approach by finalizing his estate arrangements privately with the help of a trusted advisor. Rather than involving his family in every detail, he chose to focus on spending quality time with them, free from the weight of financial discussions. This decision brought him peace of mind and allowed his sons to view him simply as their father, rather than as the manager of their future inheritance. Choosing to keep asset plans private doesn't mean withholding love or trust. It means understanding that conversations about finances can sometimes overshadow what truly matters: the emotional bonds we share with loved ones. When these discussions occur too soon, family members may begin to see relationships through a material lens, potentially leading to unnecessary tension. By waiting until the right time, we maintain peace and keep family moments centered on connection and care. This approach also helps prevent misunderstandings. Each family member has unique needs and perspectives, and discussing inheritance prematurely can unintentionally create competition or hurt feelings. Such situations can strain relationships that should instead be built on respect and mutual understanding. Rather than focusing on detailed discussions about assets, consider sharing valuable life lessons. Mr. Robert, for example, found joy in teaching his sons practical financial skills without referencing his estate. He shared insights on budgeting, saving, and investing, empowering them to take charge of their own financial futures. This approach strengthened their bond and left his sons better prepared for the road ahead. In this way, he contributed to their financial independence without directly involving his own assets. Choosing to keep asset plans private also allows us to maintain independence and flexibility in shaping our legacy. It gives us the freedom to make adjustments as circumstances evolve, without the weight of family expectations influencing our decisions. This privacy provides the space to carefully consider every aspect of our plan, ensuring it reflects our values and long-term intentions. When the time comes to share, we can do so with clarity and confidence, knowing our choices were made thoughtfully. So, before you feel compelled to discuss your estate with family, take a moment to pause. Reflect on the value of prioritizing relationships over material concerns. This isn't about secrecy. It's about putting love and connection first. By focusing on shared moments, you create memories that hold far more meaning than any inheritance could. Ultimately, family is more than a list of assets or a carefully written will. It's built on a foundation of love, respect, and trust. By choosing to keep personal plans for assets private until the right time, you protect that foundation. You allow your loved ones to see you for who you truly are, a guiding force and a source of strength in their lives. In doing so, you leave a legacy far greater than material wealth. It's a legacy shaped by the values and relationships you've nurtured throughout your lifetime. A legacy of love and understanding. Conclusion. As we move through life, we learn that some things are best kept close to our hearts. Deciding what to share and what to hold private isn't about hiding. It's about preserving harmony, protecting our peace, and strengthening family bonds. These 5 insights remind us that resilience, self-respect, and love are the foundation of a fulfilling life. Mindful choices guide us toward a future of balance and connection. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Candle of Wisdom. Your support allows us to share more practical advice and timeless insights for a meaningful life. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments how these lessons apply to your journey. Let's continue growing together, focusing on the values that matter most.